And ladies and gentlemen, rarely is justice served quickly in the legal system. Usually, you have to wait years to see a result. But today is an exception. And I want to share it with you guys because just a week ago, we talked about this YouTuber, Atozy, getting sued for absolutely insane reasons. Basically, he called out this millionaire crypto YouTuber, Bitboy Crypto, and got sued because of it.
You've been served early. What are you doing?
What did he say that was so wrong? Well, he called him a dirtbag and said you shouldn't listen to him for financial advice, which I agree with. Apparently, this was so defamatory that Bitboy decided he was going to sue him and wasn't going to stop until Atozy had paid him for damages. And apparently, this lawsuit came while Atozy was about to have a kid. And to make matters worse, he's having to make this emergency response video while his wife is literally going into labor and they're running to the emergency room. Now, I'm not saying Bitboy knew about any of this. I'm just saying this to show that Atozy was in deep trouble. And this is why myself and many others made videos about this topic. But honestly, there wasn't a lot we could do.
Folks, I've been talking about the whole Bitboy Atozy lawsuit for the last, couple weeks, ever since it's been public. I've been talking about how Bitboy is basically the worst freaking person in the world, especially when it comes to crypto, and he's getting newbies wrecked, probably for the last 3 years and the last year on YouTube. This is CoffeeZilla's second video about Bitboy Crypto. Obviously, the good and the crypto community just does not respect Bitboy Crypto, and there's many reasons why. But I wasn't going to post a video anymore about Bitboy because whatever, but there's a lot of interesting tidbits in this CoffeeZilla video. CoffeeZilla is absolutely incredible. This guy exposes scammers left and right, not just crypto, but all throughout the internet, and he does his research, and there's some interesting tidbits in this video that I think we need to point out, especially when it comes to XRP and the CFO of XRP coming to the defense of Atozy. I don't even know how that guy would even know anything about it. But remember, Bitboy claims to be the XRP army leader, and he's got the CFO of XRP basically saying, Bitboy, you're a piece of crap. So anyway, this comes later, but let's listen a little bit further.
Until everything changed. Because when Atozy dropped his response video, he set up a GoFundMe for his legal defense, which initially raised a few $1,000s, but then Bitboy decided to do maybe the dumbest thing possible. He decides to mock the fundraiser of the guy that he's suing. He says, I'm sure they could all borrow $10 from their mom's purse to help you out. Talking, of course, about Atozy's fans. And obviously after that, things went crazy, because Atozy's fans and anyone watching from the sideline realized what this was. Bitboy was bullying this guy and then mocking him for it, suing you and then mocking you about it.
So basically, folks, when this whole lawsuit got brought out by Bitboy, Atozy went onto Twitter and basically said, hey, look, folks, being sued by Bitboy, I'm setting up a GoFundMe. At that point, Bitboy Crypto, Ben Armstrong, began making fun of Atozy, basically saying the 16-year-olds are out in full force today. Good thing their attention spans are 4.2 seconds. I'm sure they can all borrow a $10 from their mom to put some money into your GoFundMe. So not only was Bitboy suing Atozy, he was mocking him on Twitter for his whole GoFundMe. This guy, Bitboy, is such a piece of human excrement, crackhead piece of shit. That's what he is. And I've been trying to hold back a little bit over the last couple months because I don't want to come off too mean. The guy is the worst thing for crypto. He's the worst thing for newbies. He's gotten so many people wrecked with the scams he's promoted. I know personally a guy who bought into a scam that he promoted and lost all of his money. This guy, thank God, his reputation is ruined. Sure, he's going to make crypto videos, he's going to have his views from all the newbies, and he's going to make plenty of money. But forever is Bitboy Crypto's reputation ruined. He'll never be what he was before. You can see it in his eyes when you watch his video. He knows it's over for him. He knows he ruined his reputation. In the last month, he's been on CNBC. They ran a negative story about him. CoffeeZilla, Atozy, the guy, I made a video last night, that big YouTuber with 500,000 subscribers, made a whole video about how horrible Bitboy was, and they basically called him a Karen. There's no support for this guy. And the suing backfired, and it's great. It's great to see good prevail over evil, and that's what happened in this case. I hate to say it, but that's what happened. And thank God for people like CoffeeZilla who have an audience and all the other people who made videos basically talking about Bitboy. I made videos over the last few months talking about Bitboy, but my videos get like 100 views. And these guys, of course, get hundreds of thousands of views. And that's what we need to stop. To stop. It has to stop. The evil that's in the crypto space that's getting everybody wrecked. It's not just Bitboy, folks. Even crypto YouTubers who you think are trustworthy. I mentioned Data Dash taking money to do paid promotions years ago and not disclosing it. I could go through a list of all the scumbags, but Bitboy is at the top of the list.
And before long, Atozi started bringing in tons of donations from everywhere. Even an $100,000 donation from Kobe, who we've brought on the show before. And within like 48 hours, Atozi raised $200,000 for his lawsuit to defend himself, which suddenly made things a very different story, because it's one thing to sue a guy when he doesn't have money to fight you. It's a whole other thing to piss off the entire internet and then try to fight a case. Because
and that's exactly what happened. Bitboy pissed off the entire internet, and it's almost like one of those things. Bitboy had a good thing going, and he basically just shot himself in the foot. As always happens with people like Bitboy, look at his background. They always fuck it up. They always fuck it up.
Last video, I made it very clear. I thought his lawsuit had zero merit. But now it was also looking like Atozi didn't have $0 anymore. And so Bitboy started to backtrack. But it's important to say, Bitboy didn't give in quite yet. He did double down one time. He said, quote, "You can't literally make up lies and accusations about people. Hate me all you want. At the end of the day, people will be held accountable." So it wasn't actually until Bitboy's own, biggest hero, the guy he looks up to.
Okay, here's the part why I'm even making a video on this. I had no idea, and of course, I'm busy during the day. I'm not following everybody's Twitter and what the hell is going on. I follow my crypto a little bit, and that's pretty much it. This is fascinating to me that XRP CFO was tweeting against Bitboy. And remember, Bitboy says he's in the XRP army only to get views. If you follow Bitboy for the last 3 years, 2 years, he ragged on XRP. He sold all his XRP when the lawsuit got announced. And to get more views, 6 months ago, the bastard came out and started supporting XRP and making XRP videos. And even the XRP fanboys don't trust him. It's like they don't even trust him. It's unbelievable.
Came to Atozi's defense that he finally buckled. And to understand this one, you have to understand that Bitboy is obsessed with a cryptocurrency called Ripple, or XRP. He calls himself the commander of their XRP army.
Because that's my duty as a supreme leader and commander, the XRP army.
Now I have to be clear, no one hates this.
Bitboy is an example of a crackhead who won the lottery, and this is the result. Chaos, craziness, people getting destroyed, leaving just damage and destruction throughout. And then eventually they crash and they basically end up with nothing. That's Bitboy, and this is the Bitboy hell train that we're watching right now in full-blown crash mode, and I love it. I love it.
Self-title of Bitboy more than the XRP fans, but basically Bitboy makes tons of videos about XRP's legal cases with the SEC. So imagine his surprise when the CTO of Ripple comes to Atozi's defense. David Schwartz says, quote, "Please identify one specific statement that you can prove is a lie. I read your complaint, like I did, and couldn't find a single one. Imagine finding out your hero is on the side of the guy you're trying to sue." And he responds, "I cannot make specific statements until this is over. This wasn't supposed to be public." This whole nonsense. And he says, "I respect you and would love to have this convo." I mean, just hilarious. But David isn't having any of it, and he decides to destroy him with this. So you're comfortable accusing people of spreading provable lies on Twitter, but suddenly uncomfortable when asked to show one specific instance of a provable lie? I mean,
folks, this video by CoffeeZilla, you made my weekend. And I don't know how I missed it with this whole Ripple situation going against Bitboy, but this was the ultimate blow to Bitboy. The XRP CFO basically telling him, in a nutshell, he's a piece of shit. And it don't get much worse than that, folks. It's like Satoshi or something coming out telling you you're a piece of crap, whatever. Or like you work at Starbucks and the CFO comes down and says you're a horrible employee. I mean, it's like, it doesn't get much worse than this. This lawsuit Bitboy filed couldn't have gone any worse. In Bitboy's worst nightmare, worst case scenario, this far surpassed it. And I love it, and it's because of guys like CoffeeZilla and all the other big YouTubers who basically called that piece of human garbage out. And the one thing good about all this, folks, Bitboy will not be able to scam anymore. He's not doing the scam sponsorships anymore for a reason, because CNBC was onto his trail. Everybody knew he took money to promote scams, and people just don't trust him anymore. And he's not going to be, promoting any crap anymore. He knows people are now watching him. Just like any piece of crap. Once they know their gig is up, they behave. And that's what's happening now with Bitboy. So yeah, he's going to make his stupid videos every day, and he's going to say he's part of the XRP army and whatever. But he's not going to do, I don't think he's going to do price predictions anymore, if you want my honest opinion. I don't think he's going to call, he's not going to talk about, oh, this coin's going to $1 million next month. He's not going to do it anymore because it got him royally screwed. Now, he made millions of dollars doing it. So he got rich off you guys. But he can't do it anymore. So the people coming into the next bull market for crypto will not be getting screwed over by Bitboy. That makes me happy. And very good for the space. Very good for the space. And there's a lot more guys like Bitboy out there. But may this be a lesson to other guys who want to be just like Bitboy. The internet, guys like CoffeeZilla, guys like me, who of course I got no views, it doesn't really matter. But we're not going to let you get away with it. We're not going to let you. We're going to call you out. And now your reputation is ruined.
Guys, he's totally right. Bitboy keeps saying oh, there's all these provable lies, but you look at his complaint and there's nothing concrete. So finally, I guess Bitboy got the memo. And less than 48 hours after all this became public, Bitboy decided he was dropping the lawsuit.
This wasn't supposed to get this far. So at this point, like I said, there is nothing really we can do. The money has came in on his side. The lawsuit was never about money. So hopefully, it tells you now that we're going to be officially dropping this. I emailed my lawyer about 15 minutes before we went on air here. So that is going to be happening.
Now listen, guys, when he dropped it at first, I was very excited for Atozy, to be honest, because here's a guy who was in trouble. Now he's not, great. Atozy announced that he was going to refund everyone who donated to him, which is the right thing to do. It's awesome. Everybody sort of wins. But then I kind of thought about it for a second and I got angry, because rewind that clip for a second and really listen to what Bitboy is saying.
So at this point, like I said, there is nothing really we can do. The money has came in on his side.
The money came in on his side, folks, meaning I can't bully you anymore. You have money to fight me. I'm leaving. Bitboy is like the boss in the video game who just when you have all the power-ups, he's worthless and he dies in 2 seconds. But when you have none of the power-ups, you're basically screwed and you're in the corner basically getting beat up and you die. That is Bitboy. He is a bully. And the worst thing about Bitboy, he's a bully with a few $1 million. Okay? Worst thing. This guy should be fucking digging ditches somewhere at a construction site. But because he was smart enough to go into the shill game on YouTube with crypto, he's made millions of dollars. And I think he's going to lose it all at some point anyway from just doing stupid things, because that's what happens to these people. But the problem is he's just wrecking people. Wrecking. Not just Bitboy, Crypto Banter, all the other people are wrecking people too. But Bitboy is the number one guy who is taking the paid promotions left and right to promote all the scams and just getting people wrecked. So 100% a bullying tactic, this lawsuit that Bitboy filed. He took away the lawsuit the minute Atozy got money, and that is sick. It's sick.
The lawsuit was never about money.
There's nothing you can do because the money came in on his side? What is that about? Suddenly the guy you're in a legal battle with has the funds to fight his case, and that makes your lawsuit worthless? Do you guys understand what he's saying there? There's nothing we can do because the money came in on his side. Nothing about the facts of the case have changed here, guys. The only thing that's really changed is everyone found out about it, and Atozy got money to actually defend himself. The fact that that is what seems to have made Bitboy drop his case is so telling for the fact that this was all about bullying him in the first place. Because, look, I mean, what else has changed? I think this was a play by Bitboy, who knows he's a millionaire. He knows Atosi's not. And he basically wants to punish him for criticizing him too heavily. And when that backfired, I think he backed out of it. And it wasn't just this statement that Bitboy said when he was basically dropping the lawsuit that was questionable. He also said this.
We did not want this to become public. I guess when I decided to do this back in November, I wanted to keep this behind closed doors. I've had another lawsuit.
Okay, but this part coming up is actually very interesting. Well, of course, Bitboy knew it was going to become public, but CoffeeZilla apparently knew that Bitboy was going to file this lawsuit over a year ago, and CoffeeZilla told Bitboy, this lawsuit is frivolous, and if you file it, I'm going to make a video. And this idiot still made a video. So what did Bitboy think was going to happen if CoffeeZilla, with like a couple million subscribers, made a video basically telling Bitboy he's a piece of crap? Did Bitboy really think that was going to work out in his favor? Folks, this is the guy you're taking crypto advice from. A guy who would make a video even when one of the biggest YouTubers says, if you do, I'm going to demolish you and make a video against you. He's erratic. He doesn't think before he does anything. He's impulsive. This is why you're down 99.99% if you bought any of the scam projects he was promoting. I'm glad it's all coming out now, but folks, this isn't shocking, okay? We all knew this, we all knew it was going to end like this, with people getting wrecked, because this guy doesn't think. Hey, Bitboy, you want $20,000? I'll give you $20,000. Promote my scam. Oh, okay. Hey, Bitboy, here's $30,000. Can you promote my? Oh, okay. There's no thinking. There's no nothing behind it. It basically just does it impulsive. You pissed me off, I react. If you look at the criminal record that was posted yesterday by the other YouTuber, assault and battery on police, resisting arrest, all sorts of drunk and disorderly. This guy is a maniac, and he's a maniac with millions of dollars, and that's the worst kind of maniac.
It was behind closed doors, and it worked out great.
Yeah, he wanted to keep it behind closed doors. He's sorry it got out. It's already suspicious when you start to talk like that, but I also don't know if this is really true, because Bitboy knew this thing would become public, which is like what confused me about this whole thing. Because way back in December, guys, of 2021, I knew Bitboy was planning to sue Atosi, and I told him that I was going to make a video about it because I thought it was frivolous and bullying, and I gave him a media request to respond to. Here's the email proving it. So this whole thing of like, oh, I expected it to be private, I didn't know it would be leaked to the press, that's why I'm suddenly changing my mind. That's not true. Bitboy knew for like 7-8 months that this was going to be covered. So it's just funny that he's like, oh, I thought this would be behind closed doors. No. You thought you could get away with it, and you couldn't. He thought nobody was going to come to Atosi's aid. He thought that the only people who would support Atosi are kids borrowing from their mom's purse. But I just wanted to celebrate this win and let you guys know that your direct support just ends up making a huge difference, and it prevents people from getting legally bullied, because this happens all the time, and it's not always a big YouTuber with millions.
Anyway, so that's why I wanted to make the video tonight. Just a lot of interesting tidbits, especially with the XRP. I completely missed that. I don't know how I did. But to me, like I said before in a previous video, I think this is a win, good versus evil. And I think with crypto, there's so much evil. And it's not just Bitboy, folks. I mean, of course, Bitboy's on the light right now with the lawsuits. You know, Crypto Banter's not suing people, and all these other guys aren't, because they're too smart. They're not going to just start suing people, then everything gets opened up in discovery. But Crypto Banter's such a narcissist. He's so erratic. He's so fucked up. There's no thought process right there. And that's why you shouldn't be taking financial advice or crypto advice from these people. Regardless of if Bitboy was promoting scams or not, or taking money to promote scams, don't listen to anything he has to say, because yeah, it's crypto. You can pick a few cryptos and throw at the dartboard, and a lot of them will pump and some won't. And in a bear market, you can buy a bunch of cryptos, and the bull market they'll go up. But there's no skill or anything behind what Bitboy says. He basically goes where the hype is going, and that just gets people wrecked, 100% wrecked. And this was a 100% win, and people just didn't allow it to happen. And that's what I like. A lot of these big crypto guys, because you think there's so much evil in crypto, there's so many scammers, they came out and they made sure Atosi was able to fight that lawsuit, and it gave me hope in humanity. That's what it did. It gave me hope in humanity, because I'm a big believer that the crypto space is mostly scams. You got to be careful. Hackers everywhere. always knew Bitboy was a bad guy and just somebody not to listen to. But I didn't think anything would really come of it. But people didn't allow this to continue, and for whatever it is, Bitboy, his reputation is forever ruined. He's still going to make plenty of money on YouTube. He's still going to be doing just fine. Okay, this will all blow over, but these videos will be out there forever, and his reputation is ruined, and he can no longer. When we get to the bottom of this bear market and we go bullish and everything's going crazy and every project is going up 1,000%, the scammers aren't going to be able to come to Bitboy and say, hey, look, you got 1 million subscribers. Here's $30,000 to promote my scam. That they're just going to rug pull on all of his audience. And Bitboy knows that's going to happen. He can't do it anymore because of all this. And Bitboy shot himself in the foot. And that's always what happens with people with Bitboy's background. I know, folks, I've seen it all. I've worked the streets as an investigator. I've interviewed everybody. They always shoot themselves in the foot, and they always fuck up their life. Don't let Bitboy fuck up your life, just like he's fucking up his life. Have a good day, folks.